you date a girl with kids?
Let's see. No, definitely not, bro.
Really
Definitely not. You know, no way, bro.
Nope.
No sloppy seconds. No way.
No way. Why not?
Nah, dude. There's too many fish out there, bro.
Right.
I'm looking for that virgin-esque, wait until marriage type of chick. Yes.
Right. I feel you.
Yeah, we're doing it, bro.
You think that lowers their value, like when they got kids and they're in the dating market?
1000% trash. Just like Forky in Toy Story 4. That bitch is trash.
I'm going to tell you why there's such a struggle right now for the single mother. One, society does not support single motherhood. There used to be this thing like, oh, you're a single mother, let us help you. Nobody cares anymore. But the biggest thing that people don't talk about is fewer and fewer men are willing to be stepdads.
You lose.
Winter is coming. You see that? Winter is coming.
What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I got a video for you guys of an older woman who I've probably reacted to a few times before. Her face looks pretty familiar. She is going over the struggles of single motherhood and why. Well, we know why they're struggling, but as you know, women are hard-headed and they don't really want to admit it, or they either want to shame men for that very reason. And she's going to go over it here in this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
I'm going to tell you why there's such a struggle right now for the single mother. One, society does not support single motherhood. There used to be this thing like, oh, you're a single mother, let us help you. Nobody cares anymore. But the biggest thing that people don't talk about is fewer and fewer men are willing to be stepdads. One of the biggest family secrets has always been that oldest child does not belong to him. That oldest child does not belong to him. Everybody knows it but the oldest child. And there are fewer and fewer men that are willing to sign up for it. And I do believe it's because of the child support laws. And it just takes a lot of money. So please understand that if you become a single mother, you're probably going to most likely raise that child by yourself for the rest of your life. And the men who create single mothers, they hate their single mother mom. So they really don't give a damn about you. They low-key hate her ass. So they're going to hate you too. The moment you look like, act like, and start talking like her. I keep posting these videos because I hope that I save at least one young lady. Do not have a baby with a man until you have been married to him for at least 2 years. At least 2 years. Because once you become a baby mama, you will probably most likely die a baby mama in today's society. These men are not for it anymore. They're not.
You can call it the Kevin Samuels effect, the Manosphere effect, RP content effect, MGTOW, whatever slot you want to put it in. I wouldn't disagree with you. I think this kind of content has had a major influence in men having a different view on becoming a stepfather, because men are logical creatures, and when you weigh out the pros and cons, it really doesn't work in a man's favor, especially if you're a childless man. And I think that's one of the things that women need to kind of, how can I put this? I don't want to say look over, but not give much attention to, because, well, then again, maybe you should, because there has been a lot of women that have kids coming out saying that they don't want a man with children, and they hope that he doesn't want more children. But you want that man to come through and help you financially, don't you? See, this is what it really comes down to, bro. A lot of these single moms are looking for help, and that is the real reason why they're struggling. Remember the video that I showed you of that mother that was asking for you to come through and pay everything, and she was a single mom? Remember this video?
So I had a man today ask me if I was ready for a serious relationship. So to answer that, my aunt suggested this. To start to say, yeah, I'm serious. I'm serious for somebody to take care of my mortgage. I'm serious for someone to take me on vacation. I'm serious about meeting someone that wants to pay a car note and my insurance, that wants to pay my phone bill, my electricity, my internet, that wants to pay for me to get my hair, nails, and lashes done when I want to get them done. Seriously ready for somebody to um, put gas in my car every Sunday. I'm seriously ready for somebody that, hell, wants to be a stepdaddy. Well, real daddy these days. I don't believe in step. I'm seriously ready for a man that doesn't want other men, because that's a Houston thing. I'm seriously ready for a man who's about that life. So I think that as a man, before you ask someone, are you ready for a serious relationship? Think about what serious actually means and define it. Because for me, serious means I'm ready for someone to come in and actually be that HNIC that I need for him to be.
Sound like you and your child both looking for a father. And your aunt is giving out really bad advice. Something tells me she probably single too.
Listen, let's stop this fucking now. Let's stop it now. There is no village. Let me tell you, young girls, what nobody's gonna tell you. You got fucking 3 kids at 24 years old. You're getting ready to struggle. You're getting ready to cry. You're getting ready to be depressed. You're getting ready to want to unalive yourself. Okay? You're so in love with the baby daddy and you keep laying on your fucking back. You're going to be alone. Your friends that all think your baby's cute, while they're out twerking something cute in a cute little pretty girl outfit arrangement, you're gonna be home with those fucking babies, drowning in postpartum, drowning in depression, drowning in your fucking mistakes and decisions. And all your friends, oh, I'm your friend. No, ain't no fucking friends, babe. That's just what they are. Your friends are not your baby dad. Nobody's gonna tell you. Your mother's not gonna tell you. Your father's not gonna tell you. You're gonna find out when you call them because you have a job interview and nobody can watch your fucking kid. And they're home. They're off that day. You're gonna find out when you're down to the change in the middle of your console to put gas in your car. That love ain't all that. Love takes hostages and will leave you and your kids in fucking poverty and turmoil. So buckle the fuck up. Because I'm going to tell you what nobody's telling you. Them fucking babies are yours. And that man ain't never going to fucking change. This shit is hard. And I have more than a lot of you bitches. And I'm struggling. So let me tell you bitches what nobody will. Let me tell you what nobody will. Especially you young girls who keep laying on your fucking backs having all these babies thinking it's cute. I know what you're going through behind closed doors. I know you're crying yourself to fucking sleep. I know you're overstimulated and you're being a mean fucking mom. I know what the fuck is going on. So you can try to post your pictures and their cute little dresses and their shirts. But baby, I got 2. One's with my ex-husband from a very formal relationship, okay? By the book. And the other is from a narcissist that I got with after. I wish I would have knew better.
The dumbest thing a man can do is date a single mom, and I'm saying this as a single mom myself. The only exception to the rule is if the man has kids himself and he's a single dad. That's the only rule that is the exception. And I say this because, one, it's fucking stupid as a man to take on somebody else's kids when you don't have kids of your own. Now, do I think it makes women less valuable? No, I think that's a stupid rhetoric. But the idea that you're going to get emotionally attached to someone else's kids, and then if you break up, never fucking see them again, y'all are stupid. But not only that, it's like, as a single mom, I don't want to date somebody that doesn't have kids because he's not going to be in tune to automatically or naturally or organically be the dad. But also, if I didn't have my daughter, I wouldn't be out here trying to date a man with kids. Like, I get I get the logic behind it because I'm not going to be emotionally invested in somebody else's kids. Now, in my opinion, if he has kids and I have kids, then we're both equally risking the same thing if it doesn't work out, if that makes sense. Like me as a single mom, I would never date someone with no kids. Like, so I don't know why women get so offended when men are like, oh, I don't date single moms. Like, I totally get it as a single mom myself. There's too much risk and not enough reward. Okay, bye.
Like Sarah must have either had brothers in her life or have sons, or must have had her father in her life, because she just be making too much sense. You're not. I don't think you're gonna find too many single mothers that would tell other childless men not to date a single mom. Especially when you got women out here saying that they don't want that they want a man without children, and they got children themselves.
Single mothers, here's the real reason nobody wants to be there to protect you. The very first thing you did when you left your baby's father was go put him on child support rather than go to the courthouse and get 50-50 cuts. But it's all about you, not the family that you helped create and decided to dismantle. And not only that, but you put little roadblocks in the way of that man spending time with his child. Whenever you feel you need to have control over the man, you use your child as a pawn, selectively pawning your child off on him at your convenience and shaming him when he doesn't make himself immediately available at your every beck and call. Like if he had to work this Saturday, but you planned on going on a date with Dirty Dick Derek from the job. All of a sudden, your child's father becomes the world's biggest deadbeat dad on Facebook. And you're just this hard-working, virtuous woman who was forced to do it all on her own. Then when he checks your evil, manipulating, gaslighting ass, all of a sudden you become the victim. And now, thanks to guys like me, we're starting to hear the other side of the story, the man's side of the story, which is the truth. And that's exactly why nobody wants to protect single mothers now. Take your hot ass back to your man and shut the fuck up.
You can say what you want about me being a single mother or a baby mama, if you will, and trust me, I have heard it all. I once had a girl in college tell me that we were not the same because I was pregnant and set to be a baby mom, and she was engaged and set to be a wife, and she had the ring to prove it, and there was a reason for that. And I think about that girl often. According to Facebook, I think she's like 3 kids deep now. I just want her to know, if she's watching this, while your kids are in your house tearing it up and getting on your nerves, you're going to be doing laundry every 5 minutes and the dishes the other 10, and that man is sitting on your Ashley Furniture couch putting a dent in it and sucking up all your O2. My kiddo's going to be in Florida living her best life all summer, and I'm going to be here in my house on an acre that's clean and quiet for 4 whole months. And with all my extra disposable income, because I only have 1 kid, I'm going to be jet setting on a flight every other weekend, living my best life. And yeah, I'm not married yet, but I do have somebody that comes over and sluts me out whenever I want him to. He leaves with a pocket full of snacks. I leave happy, and we don't talk other than that, and I'm very okay with that. Nobody getting on my nerves and leaving socks next to the dirty hamper, even though it's right there. But, you know, I hope your life is as charmed as mine. I hope that ring is real snug.
The fact that she goes over and she still follows this person on Facebook, even if it's true, because, you know, a lot of times people be creating made-up villains in their minds in order to be able to justify the way that they do things, or they just cap for social media. But even if it is true, the fact that she is following this person on a regular basis in order to try to figure out and compare shows you that deep down inside, regardless of whatever it is that they're selling you on social media, they not really happy with their situation. They do feel some type of way about it, and they put this information out on the internet as far as being a single mother, and then don't like the response to it, because the reality of it is that it is bad for the culture, it's bad for society, it's bad for the children. They are the ones that then suffer as a result of the decisions. And all I heard in this entire conversation was me, 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 which is usually the mindset of a person that is a single mother. Not all mothers, obviously. If it don't apply, let it fly. But all I heard was me, 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 me. The benefit of having a household is that it's a balance for the kids. If you choose to have children, which is usually a selfish decision to an extent, then you have to do everything that you can in order to put the kid in a position to be successful. And that includes raising them in a 2-parent married household that allows for them to have the balance between masculinity and femininity, not sending them off for the summer and then shipping them back like they expats back to your house in order for you to parent them long enough so that they can grow up and then eventually get out your house so you'll have time to get your guts beat in.
You gotta think about it, right? And this is facts. 95% of men that mess with a girl that has kids or a kid, they just trying to fuck.
Yeah.
They just, that 5% is gonna be rare because
That's
that 5%, the 5% is the man who's gonna actually
That's
step
facts.
up. But
That's
95%, bro, they just trying to fuck and that's it.
And I want to add it onto this. The only reason that it's only 5%, shorties, y'all don't even know y'all power. If y'all were more cooperative, I'm pretty sure it's way more niggas that will wife
Of
up.
course. But you know what, you want to know something to add to what you said, that 5% by the day is getting shorter because they seeing like, yo, they just trying to take advantage. Fuck that, I'm gonna go jump on that 95% and just start cracking all these single mothers, and that's it, and go on a rampage, knock them down like dominoes, and that's it. Because at the end of the day, some guys don't want to do that. Some guys don't want to step up, bro, because like I said, they take advantage.
It's not
bro.
worth it.
They want you to do shit that
like it's worth
they
it.
want it.
And you want to know the sad part about it? Men have been openly telling single mothers this, and they still don't want to hear it. Instead, it's, oh, well, I got all these options, and whoever said men don't want single moms is a lie. Okay, well, if that's the case, then there shouldn't be such a surplus of single moms coming on TikTok complaining about not being able to find a man. There shouldn't be such a surplus of women on social media, TikTok, whatever you want to call it, over here dry begging, demanding a man to come in, pay all their bills, as well as step up and be a stepdaddy and pay for her kid's shit too. If that was the case, we wouldn't be seeing any of this. It wouldn't be so many women, so many single mothers complaining about being single and asking for help, because they don't want relationships for real. They want help.
What women should do is marry before they have a child, because this is what happens. You are too old, too many miles to be demanding high prices. What women in your position should do is be fortunate to lower your expectations down to your level. You can't get higher than your level. You're lucky if you find a guy who's willing to marry you and be a stepfather to a child, period. Because being a stepfather, which I have been one, is a thankless job. Much less to a stepfather to a guy by your own admission is not the caliber of a man you even wanted to marry. This is why women should marry your child's father and don't make babies with a man you're not going to be with for the rest of your life. Really, that's the answer. Because anything after this is trying to make the best of a bad situation. And I know it's not popular. And I know people don't like the way it sounds. But the older you get, the more women tend to want. You tend to want men who are earning more, doing more, to be able to provide more, because your standards are higher because of lived experience. But your value is lower. You cannot get more in the main. Yes, there are women out there who can do it, but in the main, the majority of women cannot. Would you marry a man who's making $45,000 a year?
I mean, close to it, sure. If he had ambition.
There's always an add-on when I ask these questions. I said making $45,000 a year. He's happy making $45,000 a year.
No, I couldn't be satisfied with that type of complacency.
Then you screwed yourself.
And you know what? This is when I have to use my mother as a great example. Okay? To give y'all a little bit more detail, because I know some of y'all been watching me long enough, so y'all have heard this already. All right. My mom worked for an insurance company pretty much all her adult life, right? My dad always kept a job, but he was working, dead end jobs for the most part. I'm like, he would be a janitor here, maintenance man there, you know what I mean? Never really moved above beyond that, but I always kept a job, right? But he was always pretty much an average earner. As my mom got older and moving up the ranks, like she retired making about 70 something grand a year. So she always out earned my father for the most part. But my mom was also a single mom. Yeah, me and my sister do not share the same father. We're 13 years apart. So even at that young age, my mom knew that I cannot be as picky as a childless woman, even with me being young, because I have a child. So she went with a guy that she actually liked, and all he had to do was just keep a job and not need anything from her. and they ended up building a life together and had me. And, you know, and here we are. I'm trying to tell you guys, man, I'm like, it's like, here's my thing. Because this is what we try to get across to women. It's not impossible because, like I said, my mom is a good example. But most women today aren't going to move the way my mom moved back then. That's the problem. Anyway, y'all let me know what you thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.